You do see the map, right?
I'm
Nope.
still on
No, I'm still on the bar one.
yeah,
Yep,
still
that's
in
all I
the
see.
Yep. It
okay.
There we go.
It's
Now it's loading.
Switched over.
All right.
it's just taking time.
No, I just had to switch you back over because it didn't register the last time I switched you over. All right, so let's see. All right, you guys, you know where you're at, right? You're here. Can you see my pointer,
Yep.
Ducks?
I'm getting there. Yep, I see the pointer.
All right, so he marks your map over here.
Okay. On the other side of the mountains of Fushil.
Actually, in the mountains of Fushil.
Okay. That's actually kind of the direction we're going anyway.
Kind of.
A few extra 1,000 miles, but 100 miles.
Because, you know, originally you're from down here somewhere.
Yeah, but we're going to that city Korath in the middle of the mountains, right?
All right. Thank you,
Or Consti.
Marcus. When I'm done, I will take care of that.
Yeah, we were heading toward Consti because that's where the kids are supposed to be.
All right, so
The kids are somewhere between Qasim
you have
and
your path to enlightenment.
And do you know how to get to Consti from here? I heard there was a mountain pass or something.
Hmm. There is a mountain pass. I've also heard rumors that there's a pass through the mountains.
The mines.
Um, and there's a rumor that a group has already traversed through there.
Recently?
Probably within about a month or so ago.
Huh. Did this happen to be a ragtag group of escapees?
That is the rumor. One of my employees made the mistake of getting caught while helping said individuals out, and she paid the price.
Hmm.
The cross with her blood stained on it is still in the middle of the Colosseum to this day.
See? Well, probably interesting to see if maybe we can catch up to those. Well, thank you very much for your help and your time.
Good luck.
And I will take my leave.
All right. And what we'll do, what time, Kurt, did you need to take care of that little thing you need to take care of?
Already got done.
Okay, cool. I am going to have us stop for a moment and take a bit of a break. And we'll be
Break.
back in about, we'll say about 10 minutes. I know it's a little earlier than per usual, but I could use a bathroom break. And my granddaughter came down asking, wanting to ask me something, and of course we're in the middle of the stream, and I can't stop to ask, see what you needed. So we'll be back in about 10 minutes.
Ask her if she wants to play a plant.
I think that's why she came down. I really do.
We do have a.
I think my
We
wife
actually,
went upstairs and said something to her about there being a character she might want to play. So maybe.
we do actually have another volunteer if you need that too.
Awesome. All right. In 10, we'll see you guys.
See you in about 10. All right, we're back, and of course, I have a page brought up on the screen that wasn't supposed to be there. All right, so we left off where the party is trying to make a new player character in the group that's a plant. Okay. So you have your information there, Ducks. What do you do with
Trying
it?
to head downstairs. Is the plant outside?
Nope, Plant's upstairs with Sergeant Rock in his room.
Oh. Has Sergeant Rock come down yet?
Nope.
I'll go to Sergeant Rock's room first and knock. See if he's still up there.
He's up there. He's working with the plant, trying to get it ready.
So I knock.
Come on in.
I go in. Hi. How's Seymour doing?
I think he's got some pretty good, clever jokes to use with his puppet.
Ah, awesome. I actually was just talking to someone. They said he knew you.
Tell me his name.
was Crevis or
Uh-oh.
Cravats.
Did you happen to mention that I resigned?
I don't think it came up. But he seems to be kind of in the middle. Doesn't seem to be working for anyone but himself. Odd fellow.
So you told him I was here?
He asked about the group. I told him there was a crazy man with a stick that he called a rifle, and he said that must have been you.
So he already knew I was here before you even mentioned me.
He also said he knew you had a plant that could talk.
I don't know. I like being looked at that close.
Anyway, I thought you should know that you should be on the lookout just in case.
Yeah. Yeah.
And also, I found someone who said that, well, he said that there's someone who trains people to be bards. Thought maybe Seymour could go and have a look. I think it could be helpful. I mean, if he can learn a spell, he should probably be able to learn to play an instrument, yeah?
I ain't gonna impose nothing on him. What do you say, Seymour? You want to give that a try?
Oh, I don't, can he understand me? I only hear gibberish.
What am I giving
Seymour.
a try?
I think Seymour's up for it.
Oh, good, because if he becomes a bard, he learns 3 languages.
Good, he'll learn a lot.
Well, that's necessary.
And none of them are common. He's got like Underdark, fucking Orcish, and just stuff like that. No
Well, if he learns
common.
Goblin, I'll be able to talk to him.
Yeah, as long as it's Goblin. All right.
Anyway, he says he's over in the main market. If you want to take Seymour over, we can maybe fund his education.
We'll give that a try tomorrow.
Aye.
All right.
All right, and I'm going to head back downstairs.
And of course, it's not even lunchtime yet. So, what would y'all like to do? Wait, you're heading towards the Temple District.
I am.
All right.
I'm going to stop in at the Temple of Potentia and ask if they know anything about the cult that's been causing trouble. Tell them about the body we found in the sewers.
Oh my. So you found another body in the sewers. Yeah.
Another body?
Oh, well, that happens from time to time. Those who fall afoul of some of the seedier sides of our fair city here.
Well, we know that this cult is somehow connected to a lich.
Well, that's troubling.
And black mages.
Well, yes, I've heard of those. So, I mean, what is it you're asking, child?
Well, have you seen anything that would be able to lead us to where they might be or who they might be?
How long have you been here?
Only a couple days.
So I'm guessing you've never heard of the Tenebris?
The Forum Tenebrae? Yes, I have heard of them.
So then you already know about the Black Mages.
Well, I know about them. I just don't know who they are or where they are. I mean,
Very few
like-
do that survive. And those who go delving into that don't make it back out. As, you know, you've already found, I'm sure.
Well,
What is
my
it you
friends
think the
and
church
I,
can help you with?
my friends and I, okay, so I was sent here on a mission,
Yes,
and my mission is to find the Lich and destroy him.
that's a very prominent mission. I wish you luck.
Thank you. Now we've already found a vampire thing and killed it.
Commendable.
And it has led us all of what we've learned so far has led us here, and we are told that this person that we found in the sewers was tortured by them.
More than likely.
And we are tasked with finding them in order to get to the Lich and to save the children that he has stolen.
It sounds like you have a lot on your plate.
Well, that's why we're in a group. We each bring a little something to the table to help get past the obstacles that have been put in front of us. And God willing, we will be able to vanquish the evil.
Well, I wish you luck, but I still don't understand what the church can do for you, my dear.
You must know of some way that they travel that we don't know about. You've been here. This church has been here a very long time.
Yes,
You
but
must know this city very well.
the seedier sides of the city we try to steer clear of. We'll help out those who are in trouble or are needy, and I mean we've had missions go to poorer sides of town to clothe and feed the homeless. Tried to help some of them get work, but as far as putting our nose too deep into the stench that is the city, I can't help you with that.
Would you happen to have any blueprints of the city that would show
Oh my, no,
that it was built or anything like that? Do you know who would have something like that?
Well, I mean, it's usually like an archivist or somebody might have some sort of plans or designs based on the city's build.
And where would I find that kind of person?
It's a very good question. Let me go see if I for one, don't know. I rarely leave the temple.
That's smart.
But let me check with one of the higher-ups and see if anybody can give me some information, and I'll get back with you.
Very good, thank you. And I will, of course, make a generous donation for your assistance.
Pretentious, bless you, my child. And everybody else, what's going on as I am racking my brain to figure out what I'm doing?
I'm going to go see Rock and hand him my prayer path, room closure, or whatever it was called.
This is just Lord of the Rings shit. and
I'm
take
just-
my axe.
I tell them,
Let's give him a flail. Why not? We have a spare, don't we?
The bad part is this group could literally do that meme. You have my axe, you have my bow, you have your brother.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. But yeah, so I tell him everything I learned from the other guy and where we should go and like who's members of the group. The fact the High Marshal shouldn't be approached and the Watch is probably part of it, and that the sewers is where they do all their business.
Okay. Anything else?
And that I'm looking for a job in the city.
Okay. Did he
No,
tell you
no,
anything
no,
about
we're
the
gonna be
mountains?
What? Oh, I did. There are two ways we can go over the mountains or through the mountains. I vote for through because it'll probably be a lot shorter and easier.
Okay.
As far as walking goes, maybe not easier as far as what we have to face, but walking will be easier.
Well, I'm going to pull out my map and scroll it open on the table. Because why not?
Uh-huh.
And I'll draw a line saying we should go here. Oops.
And let's see how many. 1, 2, 3.
When you mentioned going
So
over the
20
mountain,
feet is about as far as I can take us in 8 hours.
This is our path-ish.
So yeah,
That's-
if we get to the base of the mountains right here,
Well, I think that the entrance is closer to here. The entrance to get into the through pass.
The actual
Well,
entrance in which you were informed of is here.
Oh, it's at the city, and we go through.
I don't know that,
You
I do now.
you guys
but I know where it's at.
You guys know where it's at. You were told.
Oh, all right. So yeah, that's right. But yeah, no. If I cast Windwalk, I can get us up and over the mountains in 8 hours.
Wait,
Yeah,
Windwalk can transport us all?
Yeah, because it gives. I remember doing the math, and it was like 560 miles
yeah,
in
and
8
it's-
hours,
And what are
you get
500?
people as well.
and that's what I measured down here was roughly because it's from here to there roughly
Yeah.
close to 600 ish,
But the
but it
base-
starts past 0. So
So if we
5
walk
people-
to the base of the mountains, you can get us to the other side of the mountains in 8 hours without having to traverse the mountains.
we would just have to get up and over.
Now,
Uh,
with Windwalk, does it have any adverse effects to say?
It doesn't say anything about weather affecting you.
Oh, ain't that a bitch?
See, I'm thinking we should go through the mine because that's where Dan has been planning.
I'm saying we do this because it's nice. It's like, hey, I know this tree that can fuck us off halfway across the world. Let's go start a new adventure.
Yep.
Yeah, the tree.
I mean,
is
literally,
like
we've been
right here,
fucking
right?
talking about a plant for the last hour and a half.
This
Yep.
is where the tree is, right?
Mm,
The tree is like 5 feet on the map outside of the city.
Oh, so it's
This
more
way.
like here.
Like
something
here.
like that.
ish.
Where it's being pointed at right now.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's not too
Well,
far.
I'm gonna put the tree on the map so that next time we need to travel somewhere, we'll know where we can go via tree.
Well, I can type on the map.
And then the other one is here, right?
Yep, because then down in Zur, or not Zur,
Mahul, like right here,
Mahul,
right? In
yeah,
Orzul.
in Mahul, there's a tree. Because, yeah, down in
That's-
Zur, that we don't know one, but there's one at the Druid Grove.
Oh yeah. Which was like over in Persh, right?
Yep.
Like around here-ish.
No idea, but right somewhere in here-ish.
All right, we'll put an X there.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see me typing all that in, but
No, I can see it. I'm putting X's next where you put tree.
so. Yep, and then I
I
put
guess.
one all the way over in the very middle of the map in Illarin, in Nirenthil.
Nirenthil?
Very middle of the map, little island by itself.
Special
Okay.
island.
Oh, that's a really big line. That's not what I meant to do.
Yeah, it's over there. So
There we go. So now we have X's where our trees are. So we need to travel by tree.
I'm not much of one for popping into the Druid's Grove unannounced if we don't have to.
Oh no, that's definitely a last resort.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
If we go there, that we better have a good reason. We probably should send a message to him first via Marcus.
It's like, hey, shit's hitting the fan. We're on our way. Sorry.
Sorry, we're gonna crash there for the night. Hope you have the comforter warm.
Speaking of which, Serge, do we need to pick up more diamonds and stuff for spells, or do we have all that?
So, Rock, you should have, I think, what was it, 200 gold piece or 200 gold worth of diamond dust?
Yep.
I have 200 gold worth of diamond dust for greater restoration. We have, you or Rock have a couple of diamonds for resurrection or revivify.
Yeah, I got 2 diamonds for Revivify. That's about it, though.
Okay,
I don't
so what about you, Rock? How many diamonds do you have?
I only have one. I should probably buy 1 or 2 more to get the money.
Okay, so we have 3 cases of revivify. 4 goes at greater restoration, and an ungodly amount of reincarnation.
Okay.
So I mean,
I just wanted to make sure.
We also have some medical syringes. I don't know who has a lot.
I
I
have
know
4 of
Corporal, you have
Did you
some
say
syringes.
free? Did you say free incarnation?
Reincarnation.
I thought you said free incarnation. I was like, oh, that's
Very
weird.
well could have. My words don't always come out the way I want them to. I have 35 days worth of rations because reasons.
And we
I have good berries. I don't need rations. I got these a long time ago.
and we have the saddlebag that produces food. So.
Yep. We have so we have a total of 12 of those syringes that give us healing. I have 2 of those. You have 4 of those. I think you have. I don't know how many you have, Christy. But you had a box.
I have 3 or 4. I'm
yeah,
not sure.
because you grabbed a case and it was full, and it was 3 or 4. So, because Duck swiped some out of the box I was having. I know. It was like, oh, okay, I'm going to close this.
I actually took a whole box of them. You had like
Tiny.
a stack, and I snagged one.
Tiny little halfling hands.
Yeah, it was actually more like a werebear claws.
Yep.
I have a grappling
Yeah, if we
hook.
want to get... You have a grappling hook? I have a grappling hook with 50 feet of rope hooked up to it. I have a small bell, a signal whistle, a crowbar, 50-foot of chain, block and tackle, climber's kit, magnifying glass, portable ram.
I got a bunch of kits that I'm skilled with.
I just got a lot of shit because you can never have too much shit. I have 10 torches, 10 more torches, 2 two-person tents, and a movable rod.
And
Removable.
you don't need a 10-foot pole because you've got Todd or ducks.
Yep. I mean, we can always get a 10-foot pole if we want. Do we want a 10-foot pole?
Well, you got ducks to be your 10-foot pole. He just runs in there and smacks it.
The whole purpose of the 10-foot pole is to hit the tiles in the dungeon before you walk on them to make sure they're not trapped.
We should get one of those common magic collapsing poles.
Fishing pole.
They didn't have.
I mean, we can go talk to Boren. He might have something like that. It's been a day.
I'm good. I can
We'll
just
go
run
in the
this with that.
afternoon. Give them a
But
whole
yeah.
day to.
Yep. The magnifying
Maybe I should
glass I
take your
have is for
movable
spell.
rod then, because if I start falling down a pit trap, I can just slam out the movable rod so I don't fall all the way down.
And I can save myself if I start to fall. Rock can save himself if he starts to fall.
Oh, I
You
guess I
have
have slow
spider
fall.
walk. But yeah, if you start falling and it's like a 1,000-foot cliff, you're gonna go splat.
No, not a slow fall.
Yes.
It only saves so much.
It only goes so far.
Right. When you get
Yeah,
close.
just cast it at the right time.
Yeah, because if I have
If I'm
my
not
wild
mistaken, it
shapes,
just
I'm
reduces
good.
the amount of damage you can take from a fall.
Yeah, it reduces it by so much. Feather fall, on the other hand, lets
Okay, yeah.
you float for like 10
Well,
minutes.
See, and I also have shadow walk, so I can just like fall, and then right before I hit the ground, I just like walk through the shadow
If
of
there's
my
a shadow to
backpack
walk
that I
through.
make.
Mm,
Backpack.
Yeah.
So my backpack above me, I got a shadow. Whoop.
And then your backpack scatters across the ground.
Yep.
I'm okay with that.
Or if it's a bag of holding, then you create a rift into the astral sea.
I have a backpack. It's in my bag of holding. So let's take the backpack out, make a shadow, jump through it, and then the backpack falls. I'll pick it up.
I mean, do we need any utility items while we're here? Like I said, I got the climber's kit. It's block and tackle. We have, I got a bunch of chain because why not? I guess.
I have a cartographer's kit, a leatherworking kit, a poisoner's kit, a disguise kit, and a forgery kit.
All right, so I am going to pull
And
out
these
of
tools.
I'm going to pull out of my bag, not my bag of holding, a feathered quill that I use to write in my book a lot with. It's a quill that has a small trans-dimensional portal inside of it that goes to the elemental plane of shadows that I can write in shades of black and gray with. And it, if you make a dexterity check for deception when you're forging something, and if you meet the DC, it's indistinguishable. Handwriting, it's an exact copy. But you have to have the writing in front of you for at least a minute.
Okay.
But I use that for strictly my burn stuff, but if we ever need to forge something, and we have a copy of the handwriting,
Rock wants to buy.
but do not
20
put that in a bag of holding.
Alchemists buy 21-gallon jugs for water.
So 21-gallon jugs?
Yeah.
Okay.
Big city, I should be able to find a place that has those.
We can go down to the docks. They might have some spare barrels. That I would think down at the docks might, or the general store might.
Nope, general store.
Um,
Buy a general.
how many healing potions do we have? I know some people bought some of those. I have 2 healing potions, not greater or anything, just bog standard.
Yep, Rock has 4. But he also has a potion of healing and one of superior healing.
I have 2 regular healing potions and a potion of strength.
I just have
Okay.
1 superior healing and then the 4 syringes.
Okay, yeah, because I also have just 2 syringes, but I was just curious before we get headed out if there's anything we need to get while we're
I
here.
think the syringe is superior healing, right?
Greater.
Greater.
Yep. I mean, I think I looked at that, but I can't remember. But yeah, I know for sure because I talked to you, Dan,
Mhm.
and you told me that they were greater healing 4d4 plus 4.
Yep.
All 12 of them.
Yes.
I remember that.
I have 2 bags of cocaine.
Just
That's just what I'm going to call it.
red dust.
Yeah, that red powder. It lets you use dash disengage or as a bonus action, but it hurts you when you inhale it.
Are you a drug dealer in all your games?
No, I just got this. I can't remember where I got it, but
It was a GUI item.
GUI item. That's right. And I got 2 bags of it. So
I
I
have
mean-
some Bavarian black powder. Or darkness
What's that?
powder, it's called the darkness powder.
Dux was looking to do some business in this town. You could slide him a baggie. He could probably make.
you can do that anyway.
That's true. I can just shadow step and I'm gone.
Well, I mean, you can dash and disengage as a bonus action anyway.
It's true.
I mean, you have the product. He can create the distribution network.
I only have 2 bags.
Make some smoke bombs.
Plus, it can literally kill a commoner. It does a d6 damage when you inhale it, so you can literally kill a commoner with it.
So people OD. We knew that was coming. Rock's lawful. He'll say no.
What else is there? Is there any other, just items you can think we need? Do we need any type of acid, or you got some alchemist fire, right?
Rock has
Rock.
alchemist fire and antitoxin. He doesn't have
Okay.
any acid. But he has 5 doses of alchemist fire.
Yeah, and there's at least 2 of us that can cast lesser restoration, because I know you, Corporal, you can do lesser restoration. It's just like you touch someone, 5 points of lay on hands, and that's what a poison or disease you can get rid of.
Pretty similar to lesser restoration, yeah.
But it costs me a spell slot where it costs you just, some points of healing.
Lay on hands.
Well, it is before lunch. Do we want to go to the mountain or go find these people?
Well, I mean, I was thinking we can always come back here. I can bring us right back.
Ah, nice. Okay.
But that's
So that works for you.
completely you guys.
Yeah, that worked for me. I couldn't unmute myself.
Oh, okay.
literally.
Yeah, I just saw you just sitting there nodding. It's like, okay, so you're acknowledging it, but you're not talking, so.
Yeah.
I literally could not unmute myself. My Zoom totally froze up.
Okay.
I could hear you guys talking though.
Yep, and it's just like, I'm watching you and you're like nodding, and it's like, perfect, cool.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys have been discussing what you have and what you don't have. A few minutes later, your little priest or whatever comes back to you. I did find out some information for you.
Good.
There is an archivist in town named Dench Stapleton.
Dench Stapleton.
Yes.
Okay.
A rather eccentric individual, granted for a half orc, is very eccentric. You can't.
Half orc.
Yes, half orc.
It's not a half one.
Okay.
He for a half orc, he's rather interesting, but he wears you can find him down near the market district, I'm sure. Just look around, ask for him. If you've happened to see, he's got long white hair, and he wears like a leather armor, but it's painted white, and he always tries to keep it exceptionally clean. Like I said, eccentric for a half orc. But from my understanding, he's the one that you can ask about finding, was it blueprints or plans for different buildings and such in the city?
Yes, above and below. Yes.
I'm sure if you ask him or find him, you may find what you're looking for.
Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for your help. I will give you 5 gold for your troubles.
Thank you. The church appreciates your patronage. Please be careful and be safe.
Thank you. We will do our very best to get rid of the scourge of the city.
Yes, that's a tall order. Sure, wish you luck.
Thank you.
All right. The rest of you still going over, do you need to pick up anything, or?
That's what I'm wondering with them. Do
Okay.
is there anything you guys think we need? What about you?
I have the robe of many things, many patches.
Useful
whatever it's
thing?
called.
True,
Yeah,
you
that
do
one.
have that.
So I have like 20 patches on that.
But once you use it, it's gone.
Right.
Is there an
so
artificer in the town?
I remember talking, and they didn't say there was.
I can get 2 daggers, 2 bullseye lanterns, 2 steel mirrors, 2 10-foot poles, 2 50-foot ropes, 2 30-pound sacks, and then 10 other items that I roll for.
Okay. Yeah, because we have basically an unlimited 10-foot pole. I know I got a bunch of rope.
I also have the hemp rope of self-repair.
Ooh.
That's cool. I don't know what we could use that chain for, but I have it. Yeah, I got 50 foot of chain, and just for some reason, if we ever need to tie someone up, manacles. Do we have any manacles for any reason? If we have any need for them, I don't know if we do, because we have several forms of hold person.
Manacles might be a good idea, though.
Yeah.
I have
Manacles.
also a
It's
dice
a neat
setter,
knot, but
jeweler's
it's not a
kit, a
manacle.
tinker's kit, and an alchemist kit. I have lots of kits.
Rock, do you want to see if we can get some maybe glamored studded leather or something, magical leather for your plant?
I mean, let me check. Do I have any? I don't think I have any armor, because I think I sold it all.
I have some basic chainmail, but that's all I have is extra.
Yeah, because what we're kind of looking for is some low-level magic armor.
Yeah,
Because
it's
magic
just basic.
armor will conform to the attunement, or the attuner.
Yeah, it's just basic chainmail. That's all I have. I just haven't sold it.
We can just, find a pot for him to stay in. We'll get some spikes, put that around it, and then wrap the chainmail around the plant. It'll be fine.
I have climbing spikes we could use.
Just no, the head shakes, no.
So
Um,
I don't think that plants come with proficiency with armor of any sort. Maybe wood armor, but
Well, let's take them down to College Bard or Bard of Colleges or whatever it's called and see what they can teach.
if
Well,
we bring them up there, it's
search-
probably a long process. I thought they cast a spell and he's an instant bard.
Surge can always put bark skin on him, so that'd be like a natural
the issue with
thing for
that,
him.
yeah, the issue with that though is it only lasts an hour, and it's a concentration spell.
Ah. Well,
And a lot of my spells are concentration, which kind of it's a downer a little bit. But
That'll be fine.
well, I can give him protection from evil and good.
I could polymorph him. And I don't think I could really polymorph him into much because it's I couldn't do just because I can
Probably
polymorph him
Or is he
it's,
already-
as him. Yeah, so like you guys, I could polymorph into 12 and 11, but him it'd be 0.
And I
Yeah.
can give him Sanctuary. I have a bunch of bless spells and stuff like that. So. And Disguise and
I love this. Trying to figure out what kind of spells to cast on a plant.
I mean, why not?
But really, I'm headed down to the market district right now to find the half orc.
And where are we all headed? Are we just going to the local general store while she's heading down to do that, or you're? I see you talking, Marcus, but I don't hear you.
If we run
You
into
hear me
it,
now?
Yep.
join up. Hey, what was the name of the temple that Corporal P was working at?
I don't recall.
Does
They had an
she?
R in it.
Does she
Temple
recall?
of,
Sorry, the Temple of, I thought I was, phew. The Temple of Potentia is where I was at.
Potentia.
Yep, which is beside the Temple of Naturalis. And then my temple is the Vindicta.
All right. So what are y'all doing?
Head
We're
down
going to
the
market. Yeah, finish our shopping.
What about you, Dux? You coming with us? Cool. Is there anything you can see that you need?
Maybe a few more beads of fireball or some force beads, but
We can.
those are exactly common items you can just pick up anywhere.
Yeah, we would probably have to go to the arcane district to try and find that.
If
I have enough already.
If there was.
So I'll
an
be
arcane
3 or
district.
4 left.
I mean, we got a wand that does.
Yeah,
But I don't have it.
We have a very trigger happy cleric. It's like,
Yeah.
and nuke.
right. We call him an evoker cleric.
All right. So,
Well, you could get Fireball tattooed on you.
so
up to 12.
Yeah, you could go back to Nora and try and get some fireballs tattooed.
Yeah, but that's only a one shot. I need something that can do it multiple times.
Yeah, I don't know if she's willing to tattoo him again.
Yeah, we may have shit that way.
Yeah, you get all tattooed on you and you just point your fingers. No.
all right. So, y'all heading to the market district?
Yeah.
Give me a perception check, and Corporal, give me an investigation check.
I will guide and assist Dux.
Investigation?
Nope. Perception.
Oh, even worse. Yeah, I don't know if I did it.
And your assistance, your guidance.
Oh, guidance. Right.
Yeah. I mean, you might need that with that roll, Dux.
I know.
All right. It doesn't take you long. As
Oh,
you're
that's-
making your way towards the market district, you see Corporal Punishment coming from the other direction. And she seems to be beaded in on a gentleman, half orc in white armor. That's who she's walking towards.
Okay.
Corporal, what are you doing?
That's an odd looking duck.
I am going toward Dench Stapleton, and I'm going to ask him about any plans that he has of the city and anything that might be underneath the city to figure out where these.
Why do you want plans for under the city?
Well, there are some dead bodies in the sewers.
Yeah, that happens all the time around here. But that doesn't tell me anything. Why do you want plans for under the city?
Because there might be a group of.
Oh hell
black
yeah,
mages-
there is. That's what I'm asking. Why do you want plans for under the city?
Well, because we want to know where they're at. We want to be able to follow them and kill them.
Are you nuts?
Yes. No, I'm not. But
Yes, I am. Wait.
I am on a
No.
mission from God.
Well, good for you. But why would I give you plans for the under the city?
Well, they would have the sewage system on them, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but I'm still not finding the benefit of me giving this to you.
I can make it worth your while.
Oh, really? Can you make me immortal?
Probably not, but I don't know what else.
Because if you can't make me immortal, that means once I give you the plans, I'm dead, man.
Well, why would you be a dead man?
Because they're going to find me and kill me.
Yeah,
Why-
Tenebris would find out.
Because you
Tenebris
just
would
told
go,
me what you wanted it for.
Oh, I see. Well, why did you paint your armor white, by the way?
Because I like the color white and I like to look clean. Unlike my
Oh.
brethren that live out in the wilds.
Well, being clean is cleanliness is next to godliness, you know.
Sure, I just find it more civilized.
Well, could I copy the plans that you have? That way, you wouldn't have actually given them to me.
But if I lay them out for you to see that I'm aiding and abetting you doing whatever it is you're going to do, it's going to piss them off, and they're going to come back and they're going to kill me.
What if we go inside a building and then they won't see what we're doing?
What if you try to persuade me?
Oh, I'm not very good at that.
Are you looking for a bucket that can be capped? Brock?
hacked.
Like, cap for the bucket,
You know,
Yeah, I want to have a
not just
secure.
an open bucket. Okay.
Yeah, I need. I want to carry 20 gallons of water with me.
What about water skins?
Yeah, it's a lot of water skins, but
It's a lot of buckets too.
yeah, I thought it'd be better just to have 1 gallon jugs because 1 gallon jugs are listed and they're the thing,
Oh, they are? Okay. Cool.
and they should be generally available. So I just knocked off a couple gold pieces and wrote down 21 gallon jugs of water.
Cool. All right.
And then I
Yeah.
dug a hole.
but I'm, you're putting on a very good argument, but I still don't see the benefit of me showing you these plans. I
What-
mean, I like being above ground and alive. So, I mean, and you guys see her having this discussion with this orc in white armor. And it seems to be pretty heated, and he seems to be getting a little agitated.
Okay,
What
what
language are they talking in again? Abyssal?
No, they're talking in common.
common? What could I do to appeal to your sense of righteousness?
Well,
I figured
What?
you might not have one of those.
You are a civilized man. I can tell by the way you look. You are very civilized.
well,
And
Rock will
civilized.
step up and listen and kind of try and follow along.
I'm civilized, but I like being alive too.
As do I.
Well, no, not if you're going into not if you're going into the sewers looking for the people you're saying you're looking for.
Well, see, part of my mission is they have taken a bunch of children hostage, and I need to save these children and get them back to their parents. Are you a father?
Mm-mm.
Would you like to be? Do you like children?
Nope.
That's not an offer, by the way. Just
Yeah.
asking.
That's the first thing that came to mind as you're approached by this female thieving. Are you a father? Do you want to be?
Hold on, hold on.
Did not say it that way.
So Rock's
Uh,
got a phone here and he says, I see what's working against you, Corporal.
So in insight that he failed on, he's like, you know, the horns are cool looking and all, but I don't think no.
No, that wasn't an offer. I'm saying if you were to have children someday, and you would want to keep them safe and close to you. Well, these children have been ripped from their parents and sent with a terrible evil being to do experiments on. And I
Alright.
need to get them back to their parents and save them.
And me giving you plans to the sewers here gets those children?
I believe so because they're on the other side of the mountains, and I think the sewers might go under the mountain.
Give me a persuasion roll with advantage.
And guidance from the Rock.
Oh,
He
thank
sees
you.
you doing this and he says, you need the help of Eisenhower.
Because I need all the help I can get. Hold on. Come on, come up, sheet. That would be a 21 then.
All right. Okay. Follow me. And he starts walking off.
I will follow him.
All right. A few minutes later, comes to a building, and you can see written on a sign, Stapleton's Archives. You head inside. He goes and starts rummaging through some old maps he has. Anybody else following? Because I know Rock was there.
Yeah, Rock.
Sure.
Over.
Okay.
Yeah, if all goes well.
So he's like, he rolls this map out. I can't give this to you, but I'm going to leave it sitting here on the counter, and I need to go find something else. So I'll
Very
be
well.
back in about 20 minutes, and he leaves. And
20 minutes.
you have
That-
the what looks like a grid map of the sewers laid out on the counter in front of you.
I'm
All right.
gonna pull out my cartographer kit and copy it.
Ah, we got one of those.
I
I'm
say I
gonna-
have a case of scrolls too, if you need paper.
Is there anyone else in this room,
Mm-mm.
or is it just us?
Just
I'm
you.
gonna gently tap my staff on the ground and say, probably best we try not to draw as much attention to ourselves as I cast Pass Without Trace
All right.
on all of us.
So
That's good.
give me a cartographer's. There you go.
Is anyone
And,
guiding me?
I'm
Yes.
gonna not guide you because I can't, because I'm passing Without Trace to try and keep
Marcus
us
is
hidden.
guiding me though.
Yep.
And
Oh.
Lots
Uh,
of guidance. Lots and lots
Yeah,
of guidance.
they're late.
So a 22 to copy the map.
and
Rock's just going to pull out his World War II iPhone and take a picture.
World War II iPhone.
Oh, okay, right.
Wrong World War, but okay. And just a note: the weather here is getting pretty rough. Wife just informed me there's a electrical storm rolling around upstairs, so if we lose connection, that's probably why. So,
I'm in the same boat.
all right.
and I was gonna offer you my wand if you, or not my wand, my quill if you wanted to use that for this. It'll make any
Okay.
signature on it will be identical.
You
So
got the
pretty much-
paper, you got the pen. So,
So pretty
all good.
much forging and whatever you get this drawn out.
It won't look like
I'll
it's a
keep your quill.
copy.
Thanks.
No, I'm letting you use it. For now.
And you sign at the bottom, and it looks like the signature of the person who signed the original paperwork.
Yeah, so if this gets dropped off and someone finds it, it's not going to come back to us.
And I'm gonna leave 20 gold on the counter for him.
All right.
Don't leave it on the counter. Put it like under the counter in his like lockbox thingy.
Well, I mean, I don't know where his lockbox would be.
Oh, I do. It's right here.
So yeah, give me a
Not like I'm rooting
give
through
me
his
an
store or
investigation
anything.
check there, Ducks.
I'll assist.
Oh, he's assisting.
I said it before you rolled
It's
on
true.
my end, but that was
Yay.
mine. No guidance though.
All right. Yep. I mean, initially you were like, I know there's a box around here somewhere.
It's always got to be a box.
Yeah, and you're looking up in the ceiling rafters for some stupid reason. But you find a
some people
box.
are
There's a
tricky.
there is a lock box underneath the counter behind where you guys are copying this map down at.
Okay, I'm gonna roll the scroll back up and put it back where he got it out from, and I'll leave 20 gold in his box, and we will get out of here.
Right, the box is locked.
Oh. Anybody know how to lock pick?
What? We don't want to violate anything. We just
Click.
I think someone knows how to lockpick. Does anyone know how to lockpick? Click.
Just as
Just
you
a
say,
second.
does anybody know how to pick a lock? The box opens up, and Ducks is like,
Right, so I'm gonna put the gold in the box, and then I'm gonna
It
relock
doesn't
the
even
box.
lock, you guys. Jeez. Check
I'm
it
going
next
to
time.
put the lock back on the box so
Bullshit.
that it's not stolen by anybody,
uh-huh.
and so we can get out of here and not call any more attention to him.
All right, so
And that if we want to stealth our way out so we don't look like we were doing much in here.
Yeah, you guys don't believe me at all.
Yeah, no, I believe you 20 times over.
Nah, I don't believe nothing you say right now, so.
no, not with that roll, you don't.
Ah.
And he's like, the box is unlocked. You're like, yeah, right. So
Yeah.
you guys make your way back outside. If you want to try to do it quietly, stealthily, without being seen, go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Well,
that's
Sergeant Rock,
that,
will you give me
while they're
one
doing-
for Seymour as well?
that's a +10 because of the pass without trace rock. So
Still not good, but
I mean, it's better than a 4.
yeah.
Hey, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
While they were doing all the copy and map stuff, I was going to go through the rest of the maps, see if there's any that had, like, the old world maps that maybe had the bunkers listed.
Well,
or anything like that.
you'll know that the maps are in the back.
Oh,
He brought this from the back somewhere, so to look through his maps, you'd have to go back there.
okay. Never mind.
Okay, so I have noted all you guys' stealth checks.
And yeah, just put a 10 on top of all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Which one's Seymour's?
Seymour has a 19. Sergeant Rock has a 14. Dux has got a 36. We got a 27 for Corporal, 23 for Surge, and a 24 for Marcus.
But if it's site related, I will mention that Rock is going to put up his hood in order to sneak out of here. So
That would
he's
give
just making.
that would have given you advantage on the roll, correct?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
because
it will.
when you're invisible, you get advantage on stealth checks.
Oh, and no, your cloak turned you invisible, right? That's right.
Yep.
All right. So the only thing seen
Yep.
walking out is
I rolled the
possibly.
lowest.
Huh?
I would have rolled the lowest out of everyone.
No, Seymour got lower.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
23
No,
versus
no.
19.
Right. So, but he looks like a talking doll.
Yeah, nothing suspicious about a talking doll walking out of a
About
map,
an
map room.
animated little doll walking out.
All right. So, like I said, I've noted your rolls. What are you doing now?
I think we should probably find a tailor or someone who sells clothing. And it might be a good idea where we're going. If we're going to the mountains, they can get rather cold. So, while we're there, it could be worth possibly talking to them and seeing if where we're going is going to have winter weather.
And should we swing by Bard College just in case?
But if we
Um,
go, if we
Sure,
go
why
through the
not, Tom?
sewers, we wouldn't have to worry about that.
I don't know if we get there via sewers or some other way. I thought someone said
The
something about
the
getting
passage
through out of
starts
the
in
Coliseum.
the town.
From
Passage
what I
starts in the
remember,
town.
yeah, they said it started in the town or Coliseum.
Yeah, it starts. I think it's under the Coliseum, and then it goes through the mountains.
Yeah.
So it'll be a pretty constant temperature all the way through.
So first it goes across.
But when
the
we
plain.
get out in the mountains, it might be cold. And it'd be easier to buy.
But we're
cold
not getting out in
weather.
the mountains. We're getting out past the mountains.
Yeah.
The tunnel goes all the way through to north of Consti or Costi or whatever.
I'm going to get winter weather just in case I'm wrong, or in case I'm right.
Yeah, because we don't want to have anybody, meta by any chance.
Yeah. Rock's got a backpack with a bedroll.
I have a few blankets, but
I have some warg pelts. I can always make my own winter weather if I need to. I got my leather working kit and warg kit pelts. I'm good to go.
I can turn into a winter wolf for 12 hours of the day. But if I
Alright.
rest while I'm in winter wolf form, I get my short rest stuff back.
All right, so what are y'all doing now?
Well, I guess we're waiting on him to get clothes, because
Yeah, I'd go to a tailor wherever.
Easy enough to
And-
find, and you're able to get some cold weather gear for the
Okay.
price of whatever it is in the player's handbook.
Yeah, I was looking. I didn't see cold weather gear per se. I'm looking
Price
at
of travel
clothes,
gear.
common traveler's gear. Okay,
Yeah.
2 gold. I'm gonna get 3 sets.
All right.
Seasons.
What the hell is that?
He said, "Am I Rocket or Dax?" And I said, "I'm Rockaxe."
Right.
Or my,
Because I'm a barbarian, so I rage and go like all stupid, but I'm also furry.
So the idea is
so would it
Seymour
be
being
Rodax?
brute, he needs to have
Rodax or
Rocket.
Rodax probably would be better. And Seymour's Groot, but he can talk better.
Mm-hmm. Oh no, because he's speaking in a language you don't understand. So
Once he's a bard, I'll be able to understand him.
I am.
If he
Rox.
shares a language. Yeah. Then I'd like to buy a few little items as well
All right.
from the
What would you like to
is
buy?
that manacles, some empty vials, playing card set, and an hourglass. I have all the equipment from the adventuring gear section.
Do you? Do you
I think
care
it's
who you're buying from?
not really.
Okay, then I won't tell you. So yeah, you find what you're looking for just fine.
All right. So I'll subtract all that money.
All right. I reckon
While
we,
he's buying clothes and other supplies, what does everybody else do?
I'm gonna start making myself a nice vest. Might as well.
So you're going to sit in the middle of the market district and start making a vest?
I'm going to head back
I mean,
to the inn.
I got 3 sets of clothing. Don't come to me if you're freezing your balls off.
I'm gonna start making a vest, and isn't Seymour talking to the bard trainer right now?
No, because nobody's taking him there.
Oh, hey Rock, come over and talk to this guy.
What guy? You guys haven't found him yet.
Well, isn't he the guy there playing on the side of the road?
What?
I've not
It's
said
it's
anybody's
not this
playing.
traveling musician guy
I have
playing
not
here.
said anything about anybody playing on the side of the road. So,
All right, I start asking around for the guy that teaches bard school.
all right,
Or
give
bard
me an
skills.
investigation check.
Guidance.
Guidance.
The Rock is taking Seymour back to the inn while these guys go look for bards.
Yeah, I'm
What?
going back
you
to
gotta
the inn
keep him
too.
here so he can learn it.
Well, if
I
you
found
find
him
one,
pretty quick too.
Doesn't take very long. Yes, you find information about where the bard's at. Where you,
I followed the sound of the music.
Yeah, you hear two kinds of music. One that's good, and then one that's crappy.
Let's go to the good music.
It's coming from the same place.
Oh, he's training someone.
That's what it sounds like.
an apprentice.
Rock, over here. Seymour.
Rock.
All
I had
right,
bacon. Seymour.
I bring Seymour over there. I suppose we'll have an instant bard today.
Not necessarily.
All right, so you find you're finding the bard. Now the bard looks to be elvish, male. Let's see, wearing a faded coat, loose pants, with a small hat. He's got brown hair that is singed and shortened, and he has blue eyes. And he is going, no, you do it this way. And he starts to strum, and then you hear the other one try to do the same thing, and he seems to be all butterfingers. What would you like to do?
I'll watch for a little bit, and then I'll
All right.
kind of pipe up and go, to get his attention.
Give me a second. I'm going to see how well he's playing for you. Oh, well, apparently it's a bad time. He might not be the best bard in the world. I rolled 2 performance checks. I rolled a 5 and a 6. He gets a +4, but, it's still.
I want to give him advantage. I'm cheering him on. Go, Seymour!
Well, Seymour's not doing anything.
We're just watching the bard right now.
Oh, the bard's performing right now.
Yeah, he's trying
Yeah.
to show him the proper chords, and apparently he's getting so frustrated, he's hitting the wrong ones.
Well, I guess we got to do what we got to do with what we got.
Yeah. Watch a little bit. Rock will try to accompany on his harmonica.
All right, give me a performance. And I'll roll a performance
And I'll
with
pull out my dulcimer.
Oh,
I'll
that
guide
one,
Rock.
Rock.
Well,
I'm
mean,
doing better than Rock.
I guided Rock at least.
But on that one, it's not going to be a big improvement here.
Nope. It gets you higher than ducks.
Yeah. So regular cacophony.
So
of
you don't
noise.
know if people are throwing money at the door to get you to stop, or if they like
That's-
it.
Yeah.
Because it's about average on the rolls.
Trying to drown out the noise.
Mm-hmm.
So
What,
Yeah.
pray tell, can I help you with?
Yeah,
Can't you see I'm
apologize
trying
for
to teach this
reckless
lad how to
talk.
play?
We might have another student here for you.
Oh, really? And who might that be? Which one of you fools wish to be a bard as well?
We got a new guy here. He just recently arrived in town.
Yes, I mean, there are 6 of you standing here. Which one are
Just
you
went to the
referring
plant.
to?
It's the little
Oh.
guy.
Yeah.
He's about the same size as me, but he's the little guy.
Oh, you mean your Wocket puppet?
Indeed. Yeah, he's a friend.
Does he look? What is he? A warforged or something with a little bit of a twist? What are we talking about here?
Oh no, that's just
He's
his, that's
something
just his
with a
outfit. He's a
twist.
performer.
Yeah, we don't ask a lot of questions. We just kind of accept him as he is.
You should see his partner.
His partner.
Have him
Yeah.
pull out his puppet.
He pulls out a puppet.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Pinnacle
There's 2 of
twin.
them now.
Yeah, well,
What
One's
exactly
the
is it you wish for me to do for you?
I think this guy could use some training as a bard. He might be able to make a living for himself.
Well, it's going to cost because, schools aren't cheap.
I don't suppose you have a student loan program we can.
Loan program?
And how much would it cost? And is there like a
How long
distance
would it
learning
take?
tape?
That's the important part. How long would it take? I'm
This
on the
is a
phone
question
here.
that me as a DM right now off the top of my head does not know how long it's supposed to take for a bard in school. Does it state anywhere in...
I know if you're trying to get proficient and you pay for it, it takes like 250 days or something. It takes part of a year.
Okay, so 250 days. And usually runs about 100 a day.
Ah. Hmm.
That's a little bit expensive, don't you think?
You know, I learned what I can do on my own.
I mean... Why?
Probably
Is it too
didn't.
much for you?
How about you just give him the basics right now, and then we can help him cultivate from there.
The basics.
Aye.
Does the sign out front say basics or does it say boarding school?
I don't know. I've been hearing what you've been playing.
Yeah, I was
Pretty
gonna
basic
say
to
from
me.
when we walked in, it sounded really basic.
Yeah, I was thinking, having second thoughts about the whole opportunity here anyway.
Just give us a primer. Oh, that should be enough.
A what?
A bard
Don't you
primer.
have like a small booklet with a few songs in it that
There's
you give to your
textbooks,
students
yes,
to practice?
but they're for my students that actually go to class.
Well, we'll just buy one.
They're not for sale.
Well, what, your students pay for them, don't they?
That's how they pay for their class.
So you
Where do
charge them
you-
150 a day just to have that primer in their
No,
hands?
it's not 150 a day. It's only 100 a day.
Oh, so you charge them 100 gold a day just to have that in their hands?
No, just for the books. Of course, it's for the studies as well as my instructions.
Wow.
And the fact that I gotta keep the snot-nosed brats here all day.
We don't have
Could
to
we,
keep us, like I said. Just give
Could
us
we
the
see a book and copy it down
No.
for a price?
No, but since you're so apt to try to teach your puppet to play, I suppose I could give you a 50% discount?
So
Yeah.
50 gold for your booklet.
No, 50 gold a day for 250 days. Do you not understand basic math, little one?
I say that we go find a booklet somewhere else.
What if you, are you the only instructor?
I am the only instructor in this town because these uncultured swines do not believe much in barding.
Oh. All right. Well,
I'm looking around to see so we're in a shop or outside near a shop or something.
You're inside his building.
Okay, so I'm looking around and do I see what looks like it would be a primer?
You see music books everywhere.
Perfect.
I'm
Are
gonna.
they labeled?
Just, yeah, sheet music and such.
And it says like lyre, guitarra,
Something like that.
trumpet, dulcimer.
No, it says the name of certain, like, barding songs that you've heard in taverns and such.
Awesome.
I'm just gonna enhance your ability on dexterity.
So I mentally communicate with Rock to have him start, like, jabber with the guy and start trying to get him to lower the price while I work my magic.
Create a distraction.
Yeah.
Sure. Rock
Any
will-
dexterity check is at advantage.
Nice.
I
So what do
think
you
it's
want to
called.
roll, Dan?
First, Rock will create the distraction. He's going to kind of yell at the guy. Going,
I mean, why? How about the puppet talks to him a little as well?
What was that, Rock?
Rock's going to try to intimidate him. Going, you don't think it's worthwhile to try to train a pupil. Maybe you're not the best instructor. You should probably be a little more involved in this kind of thing. And he's just going to roll a die to see if he can get a distraction that keeps the attention over here. Well, that does evil.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't need the advantage, but it was good to have.
All right, so fine. Yes, I will reduce the price even more if you wish for your student, your whatever, to study here. 25%.
For 250 days. That seems like a lot. And I'll mentally communicate to Rock that I got what we need.
You don't know you never even found what you needed.
I stole some music.
You stole some music. We'll say
Yeah.
you got.
That sounds like a fine deal.
You're able to put 6 books, different songs, in your bag.
Perfect.
And then Rock get all peaceful like and go, well, I'm glad you're feeling a little more agreeable now. So we'll start classes. When's a good time for you? Can we start next week?
Well, I mean, I can start teaching you as soon as tomorrow.
We got an appointment out of town tomorrow, but we'll be back.
Very well. But if you don't return tomorrow, then I'm going to have to forego the discount. I mean, are you serious about having him learn how to play this music?
Would this include an instrument? This tuition.
Well, just like all bards, you have to find what instrument they're good with. So yes, he'll have the pick of what I have and find out which ones he works well with.
Why don't you send him with one tonight? Let him see if he can get
No.
acquainted with one.
Because you're
And
not
we'll
part
back
of the
tomorrow.
school yet. As the gentleman had just put, he has something to do, and he will not be bringing him soon.
Huh? Okay. Thank
No,
you for your
I'm
time.
not going to let you take
Yeah,
off with
thanks
one
for
of my
your time.
instruments
Yes.
for nothing. Oh, I also need to do this. You rolled 29.
Yeah.
While he was being distracted by Rock.
Yeah, but
That'll
you
be a
know,
disadvantage.
He might have disadvantage on his.
Yeah, I have no clue.
all right, I've noted it. What are y'all doing?
I think we're going to the sewers.
Well, I mean,
I was thinking we might do that in the morning. We should go back,
Time
get
is
a
it?
good snack, make sure we're ready to go, and then get up bright and early.
do we need to go to the sewers or do we need to?
I think we should go to the Coliseum first. Check it out.
Because from what I
We haven't
remember,
been
I
to see a
think
fight yet.
Apilium said that the way out through the mountain was in this Coliseum.
Yeah.
Did Apilium say that?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yep.
so we need to go to the Coliseum rather than the sewers.
It may start there. It may even include going through the sewers on the way out to the, open plain that then goes on to the mountains.
Yeah, and the whole sewer network, the whole sewer network
We now
could
have a
just be a
map,
giant spider maze.
but we have a map.
That was good. Thank
Let's
you.
see.
But I guess the question were you guys wanting to get on that stage of the adventure immediately, or do we want to have one last night in the inn, check out
I
in the
think it'd be
morning?
best to head out in the morning, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's where Rock is.
So what are you doing?
Going back to the inn.
Yeah,
That's
Rock
just my
needs,
what
Rock
time of day
needs
is it?
one more night with his lady.
Yeah.
It's about mid-afternoon by now.
Mid-afternoon. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm just going through my spells real quick, trying to think if I have one that could help us. I don't know about any of you guys, but
to help us with.
Finding our way to said location.
But
Why
don't we
would I
just
go
go
back-
to the Coliseum and try to figure it out, or what?
Yeah, I want to go back to the inn, study the ill-gotten map that we have gained, and see if we can figure out maybe if instead of going all the way back to the Coliseum, we can see where a tunnel comes from the Coliseum, hooks up with the network, and then leads out. And maybe instead of going to the Coliseum, we can pick up the tunnel already in progress.
You know, there has to be sewer tunnels under that Coliseum, right?
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking maybe but instead of going to the Coliseum and then picking up the tunnel there, we may be able to study this map and pick a place to join get into the tunnel without having to backtrack.
I agree. I
a good
completely
idea.
agree.
I'll hand the map off to Rockwell. Is anyone going to the Coliseum with me?
I'll
Be
go.
there with you.
Okay.
It wouldn't hurt
So-
to scout it out beforehand.
Yeah, so I'll hand the map to Rock, and we'll go check out the Coliseum.
Okay.
I think it'd be good if we all went, but
I'll
I'm not going
take,
to force anyone.
I will take Fred up for a bird's eye view.
And do you still have those copies of the wanted posters?
Aye.
And May I, are you with us?
Yes, I'm with you.
Could you possibly message someone that's
Sure.
like by just a picture and a name?
I could try. It's better if I actually had any kind of interaction, but we could give it a shot.
Yeah, I was thinking if I scried on one of them, because I can try and scry on someone I haven't met before. It's just a little more difficult to get to them. And I was wondering if your message could do similar. Because if you can talk to them, maybe they'd tell you how they got out.
Yeah,
So his send, right?
Let me double check.
Yeah, it's sending, not message, I think.
Sending
Yeah.
is the only one. Message is like the 120 feet.
Yeah, that's like Rock's radio.
Walkie-talkie.
Yeah, walkie-talkie.
Is it walkie-talkie or rocky-talkie?
Doesn't sound familiar with.
Now,
That'd
corporal
be
punishment.
DM's call.
Corporal punishment.
Yes.
As you start getting closer to the arena
Mm-hmm.
while in the air, a shot flies wide of a bolt. You look back and see the direction the bolt come from, and it's at the top of the Coliseum, around the top part of the wall.
Mm-hmm.
He points at you and points down.
He's doing a warning shot.
As you get closer to the Coliseum, he points at you and points down, like towards the street.
What, this is a no-fly zone or something?
What's your passive insight?
They did let us fly before.
14?
All right. You're certain that he's trying to make sure you don't fly over the Coliseum.
All right, I won't fly over the Coliseum. I'll just fly around it.
All right. And give me
I'll
your
keep
perception.
a wide berth.
Keep your perception.
I have my special goggles. Oh,
That's right.
that was not what I meant to hit.
Nope, that's nature.
I was like, oh, wait.
That is, yeah. There we go, 22.
All right.
Those goggles are awesome.
As you look, you notice there are several guards armed with these rather large crossbows all the way around. And with your perception, you also notice these crossbows are of a special make. They're not simply one-shot crossbows. These are repeaters.
Okay.
As you're flying around the building, you'll notice within seconds they can have anywhere up to 5 or 10 archers lined up with anybody within range.
Okay.
and
Good to know.
they're always looking out. None of them are ever looking in.
So they're just looking for danger. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm not a danger to anybody. I'm just taking my alicorn for a fly. That's all.
And with your insight you did earlier, you're certain that they're just, like I said, just trying to make sure you don't fly over the Coliseum.
Yep, I will not fly over the Coliseum.
No free shows,
Yeah.
or run the risk of
Nope.
somebody flying in and taking off with one of their prize slaves.
Nope, I'm looking around with my special
And
goggles.
did I say everybody else is walking towards the Coliseum, or?
Yep.
All right, so you hear the crowds cheering. With Dux's and Surge's passive perception, I think you guys got a pretty good perceptions, right? You did
Oh, it's
see
just 20.
the bolt fire off near corporal punishment.
Okay.
So you do know,
But nothing after.
Yeah, nothing after. When she starts to veer away from going directly towards the Coliseum, you don't see any other shots being fired in her direction.
I think that was probably just a warning shot, if anything,
Got across the bow.
because they're not shooting at her still.
All right, so you get yourself closer. You see what looks like, I guess, could be considered a ticket booth. There's a line leading inside.
Is there any artwork that shows like they're gladiators?
Oh yeah, you see some
Um,
banners hanging on either side of it with gladiators and like the half plate with a full helmet on.
Do I recognize them?
You see a memorial statue to one side. That looks like I mean, if you get closer, you can read on the plate below it. Died in the ring, lost to the darkness.
Okay.
And as far as recognition, you trying to see if you recognize any of them? You said.
Yes, like the ones that from the bar.
One of the banners do kind of resemble one of the guys that might have been at the bar or the tavern brawl earlier.
Okay. Was it the main guy or one of his friends?
One of the cohorts, not the main guy.
Okay. I will read his name.
Of course you will.
Was it the guy who fled, by the way?
They all did. One just ran right away.
E-I-N-K-I-L. His name is Enkill. Enkill Silverstone.
Okay.
And that is the name of the gladiator that's on the banner that you're seeing there in front of you. What are y'all doing?
I guess pay our way in.
Investigating, looking around.
Greetings, greetings. You here to catch the blood and gore of today's fights?
Yes.
welcome.
Do you take wagers?
Well, I don't take wagers, but I'm sure once you've paid to get inside, you can go to the bets cage, and they'll tell you what the odds are.
Right.
Now, granted,
As-
the fee is only 1 gold entry fee for each individual who wishes to watch the carnage. I hope you don't have a weak stomach either, because it can get pretty rough.
I don't. If you just look at me, I'm
Yes.
pretty much deathly looking, anyways. So I'll pay the gold to go in.
Everybody else?
I'll pay the amount.
Yeah, I'll get in.
So that'll be 5 gold.
As I'm paying the gold, does this man have a money pouch on him anywhere?
You see, as soon as you give him the gold, he drops it in a slot on the box in front of him.
Tricky.
because of people like you.
I was gonna say, has it been an hour since he stole all those books? Cat's Grace would still be up if it had.
So we pay the money to get in and watch the activities. I guess
So
festivities.
you walk inside and you got vendors with meat on sticks, hollering out, get you a meat stick here.
Dick on a stick.
There's like a vendor selling sweet cakes or whatever. The typical things you might see in beverages, and of course there is the betting cage.
Let's go place a wager. Who are we betting on, Marcus?
I'm gonna go see if Silverstone has fought yet.
Oh, another person would like to lose their coin here. What can I do for you, sir? Who are you placing bets on?
Has Silverstone fought yet?
Silverstone and his friends, the trio that. No, they have not fought yet. I think they're supposed to be the main event this evening.
Who are they fighting?
Oh, they're fighting a couple slaves we brought in on one of the ships, yes. I want to say there's 5 of them. That's usually the way we do it. We throw 5 against some seasoned warriors. And
What are the odds?
the odds are, well, the 20 to 1 that the slaves survive.
I'll take that bet.
What would it take to enter the arena against them?
Against who? The 3 champions?
Yeah, just curious.
Well, you have to start off on the ground floor. They've been fighting for quite a while. Our last champion we had months ago died in the ring due to the slaves, and I guess they decided to up the ante a little bit. But yeah, you'd have to fight in the arena for a while, and once you've got to that degree, you could challenge them yourselves in one of the special matches, and if you beat them, then you become the champions. Or
is there
you
any way
could
to
be
maybe
sold
pay our
as-
way past the floors?
Pardon?
Is there any way maybe to pay our way past the floors?
Well, if you wish, like I said, you could always turn yourselves in as slaves and lose all your stuff, and they might stick you out there with a wooden sword and see if you survive.
I was just curious because they went running with their tails between our legs when they decided to start a fight in the bar the other night.
Well, bar fighting and gladiator fighting are 2 totally different things. If they weren't allowed to use their weapons in town, that might have been the issue.
Oh, but they were.
They used
They were
weapons in
why?
town, then the city watch would have got involved in that.
They were swinging their swords at the Sabertooths. That's why I say that.
Oh, the Sabertooths, yeah.
But I'm not going to let him know that.
Yeah, the only other way than working your way up through the arena to be able to fight against the champions is to become slaves yourselves and start off with nothing. I mean,
Is there any way to get down to the slave pens?
you wish to buy
I'm
one?
not asking the bet guy. I'm from the map we had. Is there any way to get down to the slave pens?
Do you have no map that says anything about slave pens?
Thinking about. I telepathically communicate with Surge. Do you have a disguise spell that you can maybe look like one of the slaves?
I don't have I don't have an alter self or anything like that, or a seeming, or
Yeah. Guy self
Yeah.
doesn't even a druid spell.
That would be awesome to have that spell, and then we can just disguise ourselves as slaves and be 4 of the 5.
just get out and Well, we want to have some of our stuff.
I don't need stuff.
Yeah, you don't. I
Yeah,
like
well-
some of my stuff though.
There's a plant that can cast disguise self at will, but only on himself. While he's wearing-
That's right.
But I'll pay the guy 100 gold for the slaves to win, and then I'm gonna find a seat all the way at the top of the Coliseum.
I'll put 20 gold on the trifecta to win.
All right.
Betting against a brother.
The That way, either one wins, we both get paid.
One of you gets paid.
All right, so you guys find a seat.
Yeah.
All the way at the top.
All the way
No, we
to
want
the
to
top.
find a seat within 60 feet so you can cast inspiration on the slimes.
I'm sure that's frowned upon. Now, a sorcerer's settle spell.
We're not.
All right, so you guys
Nope.
make your way into the arena. Did you guys buy any sweet cakes or anything? You know, any snacks or whatever on your way in?
No.
All right.
I know.
So are you sitting way up high?
I am.
Anybody else? Everybody else, where are you sitting?
I'll sit next to him, whatever.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be up by him.
All right. So you look around the Coliseum and you see it is very loaded. Anytime corporal punishment, anytime you look like you're getting closer and closer to the arena, you see somebody one of those archers wave you off.
Okay.
With, of course, the point of the crossbow in your direction. Anytime you start to get closer. So I don't know how much flying around you're going to do up there, but just giving you that heads up.
I'm just looking to see if I can see anything like that entrance or anything that we were looking for.
Okay. From your angle, all you're seeing is the outside walls. And you can see some of the top crowd on the other side. If you give me a perception check, I will let you know if you see Sergeant Rock and Brother May and all them. On
I
one of the
meant
fly
anything,
walls.
if I could see anything outside the walls, like in it.
Oh, no, you don't.
All right.
Well,
You just
Rock's
see the
not-
front entrance and you see the back entrance where they
18.
okay. And they're not trying to hide or nothing, but you actually see them taking seats high up in the, not the rafters, but high up in the stands. So
Do I see Corporal wheeling?
do you? Yeah, with your perception, I'm sure you'll see her flying around up there.
Yeah, I mean, Fred hasn't flown in a few days, so he needs to exercise.
All right,
Oh,
so
wave.
the first match goes off, and it's just looks like two humans, both of them pretty equally geared up. Swords clash for a while. Finally, after about 15 minutes of fighting, one of them gets stabbed in the left shoulder and yields. You know, they've been cut, slashed, but when he finally gets a good stick on his left shoulder, the guy loses control of his arm. He yields. You get like 3 or 4 matches like this before the very last match goes.
Okay.
Let's see what I say the names were.
I guess so. Rock's there, but he's studying the map. He's not really watching the engagements.
Okay. And you notice with the overlay that the sewer system does not seem to show you anything that goes underneath the Coliseum itself. Did I give you names for any of those other guys yesterday? No, I didn't.
That's why I was asking.
Gotcha. All right, so after a good hour or so of preliminary battles, guy comes out. You've been hearing him announce the entire time, but he's like, "Ladies and gentlemen, now's the time you've all been waiting for. Our pristine battles at the end of the night, the only ones we have here that are to the death. Facing our champions this evening, we have Orsic, Enkil, and Krieger, the champions, the reigning champions for the last month now. And they will be facing off against 5 newcomer slaves. Who cares what their names are? They won't live long enough for the day to figure it out. So, without further ado, let the blood flow, let the battles rage. And I hope you've placed your bets. The doors open up on one side, and of course you see the 3 guys you've dealt with. Oh, they are fully decked out in armor. Not full plate, but full gladiator type armor. They got their long swords out. The one's got a battle axe, one's got a mace. One of them is
What were
even.
their names?
Orsic, Ankill, and Kriega. Orsik for Orsic. Einkill is Einkil, and Kriega, Creega. And the one, well, you don't know who's who, but you recognize which one's Inkle for the poster.
Okay.
And then, go ahead.
When they come out, I'll pull my hands out of my pocket and clap as I palm a little gold wire
Mm-hmm.
and just cover my mouth.
Yep.
And proceed to watch the battle.
All right. So the other gate opens up, and you see 5 ragtag little bunch. There's a human. One of them looks like it could be a the frig is it? A Goliath, a gnome, a female human, and what's the last one?
Halflings seem to be a big part of this town.
No, there's no halfling in the battle.
Not
Elf.
merc-
The other one looks to be a male elf. And they're wearing no armor whatsoever. And it doesn't look like they're carrying very good gear. Well, they are wearing armor. They got like basic leather armor on, but it looks like it's been beat to hell and back, like it's been worn by other people. From your position, of course, you're not getting much in the way of detail. The battle starts, and as the battle starts, the Goliath runs in with his whatever battle axe he's using. You can hear his scream from where you're at as he runs in. Apparently, what is it? Raging. You would assume as he runs closer because you've heard ducks do it before.
Yeah.
He starts clashing his axe against the sword of one of the guys. The female elf. I didn't say female elf. Is a female. What was it? Human, wasn't it? Runs off to the side, starts firing off arrows. Then one of the human males runs up to start swinging at the guy with the battle axe and takes it right from shoulder to hip. He goes down instantly.
While this is
The gnome
going
gets
on,
kicked across the mat, hits the wall. Well, not the mat, but the field, and hits the wall. Go ahead.
while this is going on, I'm going to cast Sending to my buddy
Yes.
and in a light whisper, let him know that Unkill has betrayed him. He seeks your death.
And as you
Strike
do that,
now.
you notice something shimmer in front of you. Not in front of you directly, but down, directly in front of you. But if you were to measure from there down to in front of the main part of the crowd, it's almost something shimmers right there. And a couple of the guards that are walking around stops, turns, and walks up towards you.
I cough in my hand and swallow the wire.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
There is no casting of spells to help or hinder any of the combatants. I'd appreciate it if you didn't try that again.
What are you talking about? I was coughing.
As long as we are in agreement.
Deception check.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Sending didn't go through.
Your deception?
Oh, my deception. Sorry.
So Rock did an Arcana check to see if he recognizes an anti-magic field.
Pretty much. The guy seems to take your word for it, even though he's directing your direction by somebody. He stops for a second, tilts his head to the side. Says it wasn't him, that he was just coughing. Okay, we will. He walks away.
And he goes, "Hey, those guys have magic."
By this time, you look back down to the field and you'll see that the elf is also lying on the ground bleeding. You see a couple blood wounds on the guy with the long sword in the middle. Him and the gladiator, him and the Goliath have been trading blows regularly with each other. Let's see. The gnome hasn't moved since he was kicked against the wall. And then you have the other human male that was still standing, is facing off against the battle axe wielding one. Now the female is being dragged around by her hair with one of the mace, who seems to be laughing as he's doing so. As if he's enjoying torturing the people, as if this is fun for them. A few minutes later, the human goes down as the battle axe comes upwards and slices him in half. Let's see, that leaves just the female and the Goliath, I believe. After dragging her around and throwing her across the field a few times, he finally brings the mace down on top of her head and it explodes like a watermelon. The only thing left is the Goliath, and he's facing off against all three of them. You can see he's bleeding from several spots on him, but he's apparently ignoring most of them. He gets a lucky blow in on, it looks like, on the mace wielder. He pulls back, holding his stomach, as you can see blood coming over his hand.
All right. Rooting for the underdog.
Mm-hmm.
But just as he seems to be gaining an upper hand, he gets hit in the back of the legs by the battle axe wielder. Drops to his knees, and as he drops to his knees, he drops his guard. And the fellow with the long sword just jams it right through his throat.
So I might have paid off.
They step away, and they walk over to the gnome. They pick the gnome up and start tossing him between each other, until finally the one with the battle axe swings and chops the gnome in half midair.
What's the crowd doing? Is the crowd excited by all this?
Oh, they're cheering. They are ecstatic.
Oh, magic.
And as soon as the last supposed combatant has fallen, you see the typical roses and stuff being thrown from the crowd into the Coliseum floor.
Okay.
And what would you guys like to do?
I'm studying maps. I'll keep doing that.
That was the last fight, right?
That was the last fight.
Go and collect my winnings.
For now.
All right. How does that work for you? I am not a betting individual, and I don't do that very often.
So he get his 20 plus additional 20.
Yes,
I think it just doubles because it's a 1 to 20.
Yeah. Whereas if
It would have been
I-
20 times what I put in. So Marcus would have won 2,000.
right, so
Or 20.
you get your 20 plus 20 more, so you got 20 more gold. Unfortunately, you did not win anything.
Yeah, but I have information now to fuck with the guy later.
All right, I got that noted. So, everybody, you start seeing the crowd start filing out. What are you doing?
I wonder if there's anyone that would let us look around for how they escaped from here. Now that it's kind of dying down.
Who escaped?
Well, there's a way
the bounty posters we have are for the escape slaves, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, and supposedly they got out of the Coliseum somewhere.
So let's go down and talk to someone who looks like they're in charge. There's usually one of them hanging around somewhere.
So give me an investigation check. See if you can find somebody that looks like they might be in charge.
Assist guide.
Doesn't take you too much. You see people being ushered out. There's a gentleman standing there. He's wearing the colors of the other guards that are here.
So we'll go up to him and say, "We we heard there was a bounty out for some of these escaped slaves from the Colosseum.
Yeah.
So we've been looking for them. We haven't really seen anything inside the city, so we wanted to see if we could go down and see where they escaped from, to see if we could catch their trail from there.
Really, no.
Well, we got to start somewhere, and the beginning seems the best place, no?
Well, they're not here. That's why we have the award bounty out for you to
I
find
understand
them.
that. But where did they escape from, so that we can see where they escaped from and how they went?
Well, somehow they escaped from the slave pens.
Can you show us where they were?
Um,
Can
with
an
your
assistant
passes, by
guide
the way,
him?
you do see there is a rather large cross sitting on one side of the field that has, you were told what it was. It had blood running down.
Remains on it?
Yeah, there actually still are remains. It looks like remains of a. From what you can see, as long as it's been, you catch glimpses of black hair. Clothing may have been white at one point in time. And it definitely has a feminine feel for the way the outfit may have been. But there's a lot of, there's birds pecking at it. Real birds, not flying people that look like birds.
Do you want me to go talk to the
So,
person on the cross?
Can you show us the slave pens?
I mean, I am not supposed to, but I
I understand, but
probably
they didn't get
say-
out into the city. You guys have too good of a guard to keep them, to make it so they can't get out there. So there had to have been some way that they got out from inside the Colosseum.
Yes, I understand that. But whether or not I can let you go there is a different story. I mean,
Well,
what is
maybe
in it for
my
me?
winnings would help you understand a little bit more of what I'm saying. With advantage?
Well,
Or
he's
am I
reaching
giving
his
the
hand
money, he's
out.
gonna let me go. All right, I'll give him 10 gold.
I thought you said your winnings.
Well, I bet on the ones that were gonna win. I didn't bet on the slaves. But here, I'll give him another 10 gold.
He pockets it, looks around. Follow me.
Supervisor check.
What'd you say?
Follow
He does
me.
a supervisor check.
He says, "Follow him."
Okay, so I'll follow him.
You come,
Will
Are you
follow.
coming with me, Marcus and Serge?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, I'm gonna be right
you
behind
make
you.
your way down. He takes you down a stairwell, unlocks a door between bottom of the stairs. You walk through. As you're following him, he goes through several different, pretty much cage doors that he has to unlock and lock. And then you find there's a large cage that has probably 15 or 20 people in it, of different races and sexes. Are all just like crammed in this one cage. The smell hits you. It's like body odor and feces. You smell rotting food. Let's see. This was the cages they were in before they disappeared.
These ones here?
Yes, he's here.
So I
And
want
as you can see, there's no place else to go.
Yeah, I want to investigate the cages.
All right.
Buckle
Give me
catch
investi-
guidance.
Give me an investigation check.
Are you helping me?
He gave you
Serge.
guidance.
Yeah, I'd be helping you. And Rock gave you guidance.
Okay. So it's a solid cage. You can tell with your
Put a
investigation
on our
that,
wall.
at some point in time, somebody may have picked the lock, had done, you see the scratch marks and stuff where somebody has jimmied the lock without a key?
Do they look fresh? Ish.
No, not really. I mean, it's
Or
been, it's
there's
been about
rust
a
growing
month or so at
stuff on them.
least. So yeah, you see that in the little scratch marks, the rust has actually started collecting.
So it's older. It's not from this last escape.
Oh no, there's not been an escape since. It's been about a month since the last escape.
Oh, okay. And when I'm looking at the far wall, it doesn't look like there's any stones that have moved or anything like that.
No.
Okay.
But as you're looking around, you're checking the cage. The people in front of you, with your passive insight, you're like, you can tell they're pleading with you without actually saying anything. They've got.
So I can see that the cage has been picked.
You can see that the lock has been picked.
All right. So I'm going to start searching around the area.
So
Rock is scanning around with Witch Sight to see if he sees anything unusual, like concealment or transmutation.
copy that. From where the cage is at, you do see a hallway that leads off further in.
Does it look less used?
It looks like that's the direction they escort. It looks like it's well used because
That's where they escort them to the battles in the
Right.
Coliseum?
Yeah.
All right. And when they escaped, no one came up the way we came in.
well,
I
as
guess
far
with
as
my
I-
passive, as we were coming down, did I notice scratch marks in any of the doors as well?
No.
The ones he was locking and getting us through?
No.
So that means the only way they could have gone is into the Coliseum.
Wait. I'm going to say you did notice some marks on the outside, not on the inside.
On the outside.
Mhm.
Like, so
Like
somebody
somebody
picked it
may
from
have
the
picked
outside.
them coming in, but you don't see anything going out.
So they had outside help.
So, and that lady who got crucified, like, she helped them.
From my
But it got
understanding, she ran her mouth too much to them during the celebration.
So she didn't actually help them get out. It was more of just she talked too much.
Yes.
No idea.
Well, the story goes that one of the contestants, one of the winners of that particular battle, was a rat person, or I don't know what they call them. He was like the first one we'd ever ran across. It was really interesting. But instead of keeping her mouth shut and doing what she was supposed to and take care of them, she spoke too much, told too much information, and didn't do what she was supposed to. Therefore, she was made an example of. You do what you're supposed to when you're a slave, not what you want to do. There are rules. She didn't abide by them, and now she's out there to show the rest of them to do what they're supposed to.
Is there any way that we can investigate this tunnel that goes down? We don't want to actually go into the Coliseum itself, but the tunnel itself
I'm
back down.
sure you can. I mean, it only leads to the exit, out into the Coliseum for them to fight, and of course it goes past the armory where they grab their weapons and gear before they go out and fight.
Okay, so I want to investigate down through in the armory and stuff and see if there's any secret passages down through that way.
Go ahead and give
Yeah,
me.
I'm going with them,
Yep, I'll be there with you, assisting and guiding.
and Rock can look for illusion or transmutation.
There we go. What?
I mean, yeah, there
Wow.
you go.
Neat guys.
All
You're
right.
awesome.
So you find nothing at all in the hallway, and you make your way all the way to the door. You actually literally walk past the armory door as you're walking towards the doors that lead out into the Coliseum itself.
Shouldn't we probably check the armory just in case? I
Oh,
mean, we walked
yeah,
right by
sorry.
it.
I was a little focused there.
I think it'd be best if we're looking for something that's hidden. It'd be a good idea to check every
Alright, let's-
room
let's check
on the
the
way
armory.
out.
All right, and as you make your way into the armory, it's obvious. Crappy friggin' leather. You can see blood stains on it, gash marks and cuts in it. Some of the weapons and stuff that are on the mounts are rusted, chipped. The ones with wooden shafts are like all real banged up and splinters sticking out of them. It's not something you'd want to wear in combat, and it has no protection whatsoever from anything. But with
What
that
about
investigation,
inside the room?
as you're investigating the room, you notice grooves near one of the racks.
Huh.
As
I'm
if,
gonna take a closer look at them.
okay, one of the sword racks has grooves in the ground, as if something was slid across the floor.
So we pull on the sword rack and see if we can pull it away from
Yeah.
the.
I'll start
Cool.
fiddling with stuff around there, like in the groove racks, and see if I can, if something there will mimic the movement of the grooves.
Okay, give me a perception.
Perception. Are you assisting me, Rock?
Yep.
Oh, yep,
I
same as always.
All All right, so you get the smell of as you go to the rack and you go to grab a hold of it and try to figure out how something might have made these moves or these grooves in the floor. You smell, you get like a cool air that blows up in your face from underneath the rack, and it's kind of like wet earth, I guess, is the smell you get.
It's a new tone.
So I'm gonna telepathically communicate to Rock and then Surge that I think there might be a tunnel underneath this weapons rack.
You think? As soon as I saw the grooves, I figured that probability.
So, well, doesn't look like there's much here, I say to the guard. Thank you for letting us look around. Not much of a lead.
I didn't show you anything.
No, definitely not. You're right.
I was never here.
Yeah, good job shooing us away.
Yeah, so
Maybe we should go first.
maybe I should. So he leads you back out, and he makes sure that there's no one around as he brings you up towards where the rest of the fans are supposed to be. So good luck in your hunt.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So as we were leaving, Rock was making note of distances and stuff like that, so we can correlate features on the map.
Okay.
He said there's no features on the map that go under the Coliseum.
Precisely. It looks like the actual sewage system stops about a block away from the actual Coliseum, as if the Coliseum was built after the sewer system in the city was built. And actually, the Coliseum looks like it's built. How was it? Yeah. There's as corporal punishment, as you were flying around, the back side of the Coliseum, you do see it looks almost like a drop off kind of deal, as if it was built on the edge of a cliff to a great ravine.
Don't escape that way.
And it's a sheer wall, so it seems like nothing can climb up and down it without being seen by the archers above.
Okay, so if I go down and fly through the ravine, can I look for any maybe tunnel holes or anything in the sheer wall?
Give me a perception check as you fly through.
Come on. I know you want to come up. Everything is so slow right now. 24.
Nice.
All right, so as you're flying through, you see it's a sheer cliff face all the way from the bottom of the Coliseum straight down the ravine. But at one point in time, you do a sweeping lift through the ravine, and you notice a strange configuration of the rocks. It's as if there was maybe like a sewage drain or something there that is no longer there. It's like it's collapsed or exploded.
Okay. Yeah, I figure just because the maps would stop away from where the Coliseum is, they would have perhaps not added to the map the sewers that were underneath the Coliseum. You can't just have a Coliseum and not have sewage.
Well, there's got to be some place to dump out.
People got to go,
Mhm.
you know.
Well,
Pretty
from the
much.
smell that's down in those pins.
All right, so I'm gonna go up and see if I can actually fly into the Coliseum, or if the archers are still there, because
The
I know
archers are still
everything's
there.
done. And I'll motion to them and see if I'm allowed to come in now that the fight's over.
And they shake their heads and point you away.
Okay, I'll go out and land outside the Coliseum then, and
About that time, you see the rest of the guys come walking out, the last of the crowd.
hello.
Hey. So, how do we want to go through there?
Go through where?
There's a secret passage.
Really? Isn't that interesting? So on the backside of the Colosseum, it's a sheer wall of rock that goes into a ravine.
Huh.
However, towards the bottom of it, there seems to be some kind of collapsed sewage tunnel or something.
Interesting. So you think that maybe this map of the sewer isn't complete?
I think if the Colosseum was built after the maps were made, and they put sewage under the Colosseum because people got to go, it wouldn't be on the maps.
Mm-hmm.
It's logical. Well,
I think there's a sewage system underneath the Colosseum, and it's just not on the maps.
do you want to check it out tomorrow then, or tonight?
What's going to be our best way of getting in?
I think it might be better tonight because we won't have too many people around that will notice our movements.
How are we gonna get in there?
Well, we can always go into the system from the city. Just go to one of the more remote areas.
Well, we know that tunnel that we found, or that opening that we
Yeah, but
found right there.
That's inside the Coliseum, and we don't even know if it goes down into the sewer.
I
we can
mean,
try it.
maybe we're not
But
looking
we
for a
also know
sewer.
that goes
Maybe
where it
that's
wants
how
to
they
go
got
based on
out.
the information we've had.
Yeah.
Because
So
they said that the slaves went through the area. At least the information we have says so.
Went through what area?
They went down through the mountain pass that we're looking to find.
Oh,
and if that possible
And
opening that you found us
the entrance
could lead to the mountain pass
to the mountain pass was where?
under the Colosseum.
That's what the druid told us as well, isn't it?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
that's under the Colosseum.
Looks like we need to put on our black clothes.
Rock, can you far step and take people with you?
Far step is just me, but I do have
Individual
a
travel, that one is.
So-
superpower scatter that I can teleport 60 people that are within 20 feet of each other.
But isn't that one
20
loud
feet.
or something like that?
No, that's Thunderstep.
Yeah, Thunderstep's
Ah.
a loud one.
Do you think that? So, here's the thing. Do you think that tunnel would have come out where the ravine is?
No idea.
No.
No.
As you tell them about where that was located,
Mm-hmm.
it's not too far from where the slave pens were at.
Okay.
I mean, I think it's on the right level of where the slave pens were at, according to what you've been telling me.
It's
Well,
actually
so-
the slave pens might be somewhere above that, but it's on the same side of the Coliseum as where that is at.
I think
maybe-
that's got to be.
Why don't
a
we go down and
sewage
try
pipe.
it? Go look at it. It might
Yeah, I
be.
mean-
It'll be easier to get into. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I
Absolutely.
mean, with what Rock just said, if he can take up to 5 people, he can just pop us back in that room because you said that you were taking dimensions and everything, right?
Well, it says I can teleport people to an unoccupied space that I can see within 120 feet.
So it's a lot like mine, except
Yeah,
mine's only
but-
60 feet.
Right.
Oh.
I can't.
But you also have another ability that doesn't require you to see.
They have dimension door. That's just me and one other.
That's what he's saying. You could dimension door and then go back and dimension door and go back and dimension door.
That's just an
But-
option if you guys
Well,
want to go that route.
What if we go down to where the collapsed tunnel is?
Yeah, we could
and
try that
you-
first. And if it
You
doesn't
take
get
us
then
in
we
that
could go-
way.
Yeah.
We'll just have to try and make our way through that, which I can do. I can try and tear
Well-
down what collapsed.
How about this? Can you not turn us into mist and we just squeeze our way through the rocks?
Not today.
So, as you guys sit and decide and think what exactly the plan will be, we will call it a night.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to meet back with us on Friday for the beginning of Chapter 3 of the Red Star Rising. And don't miss us next Sunday where we find out what exactly this group of people are going to do. Pardon me, and how they're going get there. I don't know of any announcements currently that we can make. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to put in before we call it a night?
Dragon Con is the first weekend in September.
And that'll be strictly virtual. Are you running games for that?
They haven't put out a sign-up list yet, but I was planning
actually,
on it.
they have put out an email.
Well, yeah, but they haven't put out for games to sign up yet.
Okay.
They put out the volunteer email, but I haven't seen them sign up email yet.
Okay. I haven't seen an
And
actual.
when is that?
That's going to be
It's Labor Day
In-
weekend,
end
right?
of-
First
Yeah,
Yeah,
weekend
Labor Day
of Sep-
weekend.
Okay. That's the same as ReaperCon.
And ShadowCon UK.
Which, since it's virtual, you can go to ShadowCon too.
Yep.
You pretty much hit all the cons, just different times of the day, I guess.
Yep.
All right. So,
Yeah.
anything else we have going right now? There may actually be giveaways for Chapter 3 of the Red Star Rising. We will get back with you on that. And don't forget, once we reach 150 followers, I will be giving out a copy of the first chapter of the Red Star Rising campaign,
Woot. Wow.
The Darkest Dreams. So, thank you for joining us. Please remember we're all in this together. Help those out that are around you. Love one another, and let's survive this. Well, hell, let's just survive this year at least, shall we?
Yeah.
A year of critical successes with advantage has seemed to be critical failures.
Lots
It
of
appears.
ones.
Lots of
Yep.
ones. Lots
A
of ones and
lot.
everything. Anyway,
It's
y'all take care, and we'll see you next week.